In this video, I'm going to show you some examples of how to find the greatest common factor of three different numbers. Remember that the greatest common factor, or GCF, is the biggest number that goes into all three numbers, the largest factor of all three numbers. Question 1 says the greatest common factor of 33, 20, and 32. I'm just going to list the factors of each of these numbers. So 33 has 1 and 33. I'm going to connect those. 2 is not a factor because it's odd. 3 goes into 33 11 times. 4 is not a factor because it's odd. 5 is not a factor because it doesn't end in 0 or 5. 6 is not a factor because it's odd. 7 doesn't go into 33. 8's not a factor because it's odd. 9 does not go into 33, and neither does 10. So those are all your factors: 1, 3, 11, and 33. For 20, we have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. For 32, we have 1 and 32, 2 and 16, and 4 and 8. Now we're going to look for any factors that are on all three lists. So I'm going to circle the common factors. 1 is on all three lists, 3 is not, 11 is not, and 33 is not. So that's it. We only have one common factor, which makes that one common factor also the greatest common factor. So the answer is A. Number 2 is a GCF of 63, 98, and 84. And this is where it gets a little bit trickier because you probably don't, off the top of your head, know all the factors of these numbers, so it will take a little bit of work to list all the factors of them. So factors of 63 are 1 and 63. It's odd, so 2's out. 3 does go into 63 21 times. 4 is out, 5 is out, 6 is out, 7 times 9, and then 8 times 8 is not 63, so there's all of our factors of 63. 98, we have 1 and 98. It is even, so 2 goes in there 49 times. 3 does not go into 98. 4 doesn't go into 98. And if you're not sure of these, you can always, I'm kind of doing these in my head, but you can always, out to the side, do some division to find out if 4 goes into there. And in this case, you can see that it does not go into 98 evenly with no remainder, so it's not a factor. 5 is out because it doesn't end in a 0 or a 5. 6 does not go into 98. 7, let's see, 7 does go into 98. 7 goes into 98 how many times? Let's do it out to the side. Looks like it's going to be 14 times. So 7 times 14 is 98. 8 does not, 9 does not, 10 does not, neither does 11, 12, or 13. So there we go, all of our factors of 98. 84, we have 1 and 84. It is even, so I know 2 goes in, so I have 2 and 42. And I know 3 goes in because I know the divisibility rule for 3 says if the sum of the digits is a multiple of 3, then the entire number is divisible by 3. And 8 plus 4 is 12, which is a multiple of 3. So I can check to figure out how many times 3 goes in to 84. And it looks like it goes in 28 times. I have to write smaller here because it looks like I'm going to have several factors. 4 is also a factor of 84. This is another one where you really just have to be able to divide this quickly in your head. And it looks like it goes in 21 times. 5 is not a factor of 84. 6 is a factor of 84, and the reason, again, is we know that is because of divisibility rules. The divisibility rule for 6 says that if 2 and 3 are both factors, then 6 is also a factor. So 6 goes into 84. Let's figure out how many times. And I may have to write some of these factors a little bit messy on top of it because I'm running out of room. Looks like it goes in 14 times. I do know that 7 goes into 84 because 7 times 12 is 84. So 7 and 12. And then I'm just left with 8, 11, 9, and 10. And none of those go into 84. So now what we're looking for is common factors. Obviously 1 is a common factor of everything. I do not see 2 on every list. I'm going to just look at the ones in 63 because there are fewer numbers in 63. I don't see 3 on every list because 98 doesn't have it. I do see 7 on each one of these lists. Let's see, 9 is not on all the lists, 21 is not, and 63 is not. So I have 2 common factors, 1 and 7, and the greatest common factor is 7. So our last one is the greatest common factor of 100, 55, and 80. So I know that 100 is going to have a whole lot. And I'm not going to try to write these with the little factor rainbow. I'm just going to have to write them out. I know that I have 1 paired with 100, 2 paired with 50, 4 paired with 25, 5 paired with 20, and then 10 paired with itself because it's a square number. For 55, I have 1 and 55. It is odd, so 2 is out. 5 plus 5 is 10, which is not a multiple of 3, so 3 is out. 4 is also out because it's odd. 5 does go in 11 times. 6 is out because 2 and 3 are not both factors. 7 doesn't go into 55. 8's out because it's even. 9, the divisibility rule for 9 says add the numbers and see if 9 goes into the sum. 5 plus 5 is 10. 9 doesn't go into 10. And 10 is out because it doesn't end in a 0 or 10. Or is it a 0 or 5? 80, I have 1 and 80. It's even, so I have 2. And 40. 8 plus 0 is 8. It's not a multiple of 3, so 3 is out. 4 goes in 20 times. 5 goes in 16 times. 2 and 3 are not both factors, so 6 is out. 7 doesn't go into 80, and 8 goes into 80 10 times. Just squeeze this one in. And then 9 also does not go into 80. 8 plus 0 is 8, and 9 doesn't go into 8. So let's look for our common factors. Of course, we have a common factor of 1. I'm just going to look at the 55 one because it has fewer factors. I see every one of them has 5 on their list. They don't all have 11 and they don't all have 55, so there's only 3 common factors, or 2 common factors, 1 and 5. So the GCF of 155 and 80 is 5.